Meeting to order, council meeting work session of December 9th, 2014. And filling in for our clerk tonight is our manager.
Okay.
So, do you have a piece of paper?
Look out. I do know. Talk very slow.
How have you been?
Okay. Are you going to do the prayer tonight?
Not tonight.
I'll take it.
Okay. All right. Roll call.
Roll call.
Here.
Trees.
Here.
Halter.
Here.
Hermes.
I'm here.
Lee.
Here.
Walther.
Sort of here.
And more.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay. Moment of reflection, sign of prayer.
Lord, thanks for this day, and thank you for the blessings you bestow on all of us in this village. Pray that you would watch over us during this holiday season. Pray that you would give us wisdom to make good choices for all the citizens of our community. Pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. New business. We have several ordinances and 3 resolutions tonight. So, Mr. Dries, you have the first ordinance.
He's got all 5.
Yeah, I've got a lot of work here tonight. Okay, the first ordinance is ordinance 2014-14F. It's an ordinance approving the Greenhills annual temporary appropriation for 2014, an ordinance to make temporary...
15.
I'm sorry, 15, stand corrected. An ordinance to make temporary appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Greenhills, State of Ohio, during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2015, pursuant to Exhibit A, temporary appropriation for 2015 attached here to, and by reference made part hereof. Now therefore be ordained by council of the Village of Greenhills, State of Ohio, that to provide for the current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Greenhills during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2015, the following sums shall be, and they're hereby set aside and appropriated as follows, namely, Section 1, that there be appropriated from the general fund $549,500, that there be appropriated from the special revenue funds $382,730, Section 3, that there be appropriated from the debt bond retirement funds at $0. Section 4, that there be appropriated from the capital projects fund $0. Section 5, that they're appropriated from the special assessment fund $9,300 for a grand total of $941,530 for all funds. Section 6, and the village fiscal officer is hereby authorized to draw warrants for payments from any of the foregoing appropriations upon receiving proper certificates and vouchers therefore, approved by the board or officers authorized by law to approve the same, or an ordinance or resolution of council to make the expenditures, provided that no warrant shall be drawn or paid for salaries or wages except to persons employed by authority of and in accordance with law or ordinance. Section 7, this ordinance shall take effect immediately upon passage. Mr. Mayor, I move that we pass ordinance 2014-14F, approving the Greenhills annual temporary appropriation for 2015.
Is this second reading?
No, first reading.
Okay, so you want to bypass the
Isn't
reading it twice on 2 separate times, 2 separate occasions?
Right.
I think
Because it's appropriations, I don't believe I have to.
Okay,
No.
but it's an ordinance.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's an ordinance.
that's right, it is an
Yeah,
ordinance.
it's an
So,
Yeah.
let me withdraw my previous motion and move to suspend the rule requiring reading the ordinance 2 times on 2 separate occasions.
Aren't we meeting again? I thought this was the reading, we were doing it, the first reading this time.
And then
because we
they're
were
passing it in
meeting
December.
We're meeting.
We can do it.
Well,
We need
but there's a chance we may not have that meeting in The end.
What?
Yeah, we want to do
23rd.
this now.
Why? Well, we don't have.
It's just
to
an
do it.
appropriation.
No,
It's
but why
gonna.
we're not going to have another meeting?
Well, we're going to
gonna
discuss
be
whether we're
Christmas
going
time.
to have. a
Hello.
meeting.
Whether we need it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a second?
Okay.
I second that emotion.
Okay.
Okay.
Been moved.
Oh,
Okay.
who made the motion?
I did.
Thank
To
you.
suspend the,
Rule requiring reading two
Right.
times on two separate occasions.
Right. It's been moved and seconded to suspend reading it 2 times on 2 separate occasions. All those in favor, roll call.
Roll call.
aye.
Dries,
Aye.
Halter,
Aye.
Hermes,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Walther.
Aye.
I
Okay.
move for the passage of ordinance 2014-14F.
Second.
Okay. Any questions from anybody? Okay.
Do you want any
Been-
comments? Go ahead.
I mean, if you could kind of give just a Reader's Digest version.
Sure, and
There's Matt there.
Matt's here to help us if we need anything. These are funds that go into the various categories so that they can begin paying bills in 2015, and these are consistent with our budget,
Business as usual.
correct? Sure.
And perhaps you also may want to elaborate on that.
State your name and address and position.
I'm the finance director. With the temporary, we can only appropriate 3 months' worth of expenses. So for the general fund, that's a quarter of half for the permanent, and for the rest of the funds, it's a quarter of what the available resources are. And it's just so we can operate until we get the permanent pass, which I hope will happen either in January or the February meeting.
Okay.
One thing is of note, on the non-voted debt fund total, there's no number in there, it's a 0. We've sold real estate and we've put that money in that fund when we sell, so there is cash in there to get started. And we believe that we won't have to transfer anything into that fund in 2015. We will in 16, correct?
Yes. The number is 0 here because it's only for the first 3 months of the year.
Right.
So that's the,
But even, we're projecting we won't have to transfer anything in 15, correct?
correct, yeah. And a small amount in 16.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to pass ordinance number 2014-14-F. Have a roll call vote?
Is it okay that I keep doing it in the same direction?
Hmm?
Is it okay that I keep doing it in the same
Mhm.
direction? Roll call.
Aye.
Dries,
Aye.
Halter,
Aye.
Hermes,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Walther.
Aye.
Okay. Ordinance number 2014-14F passes. Next ordinance, Mr. Dries.
Ordinance 2014-15F, ordinance making supplemental appropriations, be it ordained by the Council of the Village of Greenhills, State of Ohio, that Section 1. Certain increases or reductions are needed and the monies appropriated so as to permit the Village of Greenhills to meet its fiscal obligations for the year 2014. The following items of expenditures are to be added or amended for current expenses and other expenditures for the year 2014. The funds are to be reallocated, appropriated from unappropriated funds due to the income of the village being greater than the amounts anticipated from the funds not appropriated at the beginning of the year, or are to be reduced to reflect realized revenues. Appropriations to be amended as follows. Guess I'll go through all these. In the Law Enforcement Trust Fund, contractual services is a decrease of $3,000. Supplies and materials decrease of $3,000 for a total decrease of $6,000 for the Law Enforcement Trust Fund. For the Apartment Operation Fund, a decrease of $17,700 for personnel expenses, a decrease of $1,900 for OPERS. decrease of $31,100 for other contractual services, a decrease of $22,500 for supplies and materials, and a decrease of $44,800 for other financing uses, for a total apartment operation fund decrease of $118,000. Golf course personnel services decrease $5,950, OPERS $770, and operating supplies and materials $280 for a total decrease of the golf course fund of $7,000. The swimming pool insurance and bonding decrease $2,000. That's the only decrease in that fund. The shade tree maintenance fund, operating supplies and materials, a decrease of $1,000. Other capital projects, the surface water improvement, a decrease of $109,388. Section 3, this ordinance shall be in full force and take effect from and after the earliest date allowed by law. Mr. Mayor, I move that we suspend the rule requiring reading the ordinance 2 times on 2 separate occasions and reading and 2 times on 2 separate occasions, because we did read it.
Yes.
I second that.
Okay. And do we have a second?
Yeah, Melanie.
I did.
Oh, okay. All right, it's been moved and seconded to
She's mixing it up.
suspend the 2 readings of this ordinance.
Ready?
Roll call.
Roll call.
Aye.
Trees.
Aye.
Halter.
Aye.
Hermes.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Walther.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries.
I move for the adoption of this ordinance.
Second.
It's Melanie again.
Any comments?
Just that we're decreasing the revenue projections that were made last year for 2014 appropriation, and our, bottom line is our actual revenues were not in line with the estimated revenues for the categories that we have here. So,
We're trying
All
to
right.
save money.
Okay. I have a motion to pass ordinance number 2014-15-F. Roll call.
Roll call.
Aye.
Trees.
aye.
Halter.
Aye.
Hermes.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Walther.
Aye.
This is getting pretty monotonous.
Ordinance passes, number 2014-15-F. Okay, Mr. Dries has a resolution.
Ooh, we got resolutions now, baby.
Resolution
Gonna read it all.
2014-41F, authorizing the municipal manager to enter into an agreement with Suggs Properties LLC regarding consulting services for the Greenhills Golf Course. Whereas the Village of Greenhills desires to continue the services of Suggs Properties LLC regarding the golf course, and where now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Greenhills, Ohio, Section 1, that the municipal manager is hereby authorized to enter in a consultant agreement with Suggs Properties LLC, substantially in the form of the agreement attached hereto and incorporated herein by reference. Section 2, that the finance director is authorized to make payments to Suggs Properties LLC pursuant to the terms of the said consultant agreement. Section 3, that this resolution shall take effect and be enforced from and after the earliest period allowed by law. I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second.
Okay. It's been, any comments or questions?
Yeah, I'll make some comments. With Joel Suggs, Suggs LLC, it's a 1-year contract, and starting in January, we pay him monthly a certain amount of money. The total amount's going to be for $32,000. Where the expenses that we incurred this year is going to be his expenses, which we paid out about $8,000 last year. So he was willing to go ahead and do that and make the $8,000 expenditure a part of his contract. Okay, and he does carry the insurance, which is important, between $1 and $3 million, because he's his own company. So it's actually a better contract than what it was last year. So that's good.
Yeah, and it's very clear, he knows it, we've talked about it, that we've got to find ways to increase revenue at the golf course.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Call for the vote on Resolution 2014-41F.
Roll call. Oh, sorry.
ahead.
Roll call.
Aye.
Trees.
Aye.
Halter.
Aye.
Hermes.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Walther.
Aye.
Okay, Resolution 2014-41-F passes. Okay, the next resolution.
Mr. Mayor, I have Resolution 2014-42F, authorizing the municipal manager to enter into a swimming pool management and maintenance agreement with Swim Safe Pool Management, Inc., whereas the Village of Green Hills owns and operates a community pool and related amenities, and whereas Swim Safe Pool Management is a business of managing, operating, and servicing community swimming pools and pool areas and has been operating the community pool for the past 3 years, and whereas council has determined that continuing the use of a professional pool management company is prudent to assist in the protection of the public peace, health, safety, and welfare. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Green Hills, Ohio, Section 1, that the municipal manager is hereby authorized to enter into a swimming pool management and maintenance agreement with Swim Safe Pool Management, Inc., substantially in the form of the agreement attached as Exhibit A. Section 2, that this resolution shall be and is effective from and after the earliest period allowed by law. Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second.
Okay, any comments or questions?
Sure, I have another comment, I guess.
Okay.
We just finished up a 3-year contract with Swim Safe, and this is another 3-year contract, and it's gone up. Is it about the same as it was the first 3?
It's identical.
Yeah, it's identical.
Yeah.
So basically, the $128,000 we've been paying them the past 3 years is another for 2015, 16, and 17. And they've done a great job, and we were, based upon when we started this in the first place, we are saving money based upon what it was before. We were managing it ourselves.
And that includes the concession stands, and that includes the additional weekends
Yes.
to make it to the Labor Day?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that in the manager's notes, I thought it was interesting. The summer in 2015 is 7% longer because there's 7 more days between Memorial Day and Labor Day. So if you're looking, it is way above our pay grades. I got to tell you that. But to me, the value proposition here is that whatever you pay for your pool pass, you're getting 7% more.
Yay.
Oh, 2015.
Whoa, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
That'll give me a pool
when the
pass.
holidays actually fall.
Yeah,
First Monday, last Monday, just
yeah.
It's a baker's dozen.
Okay.
It is.
Any other comments? Hearing none, call for a vote on Resolution 2014-42-F.
Roll call.
aye.
Dries.
Aye.
Coulter.
Aye.
Hermes.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Walter.
Aye.
You notice how that bounces back and forth? Boom, 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 boom.
Resolution
boom, boom. Isn't that cool?
2014-42F passes. All right.
All right.
One more resolution.
Yeah, we'll do this one tonight also. This is.
We can put this off till next.
No, I think we ought to do this. This is 2014-43F, authorizing the status of the position of Finance Director from hourly to salaried and establishing compensation. Whereas in July 2014, the municipal manager appointed Matt Sanders as the full-time Finance Director for Green Hills with the understanding that after a 6-month introductory period, his salary would be increased by $1 per hour. And whereas the Finance Director is currently an hourly position and it is more appropriate for this position to be salaried, now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Green Hills, Ohio, Section 1, that the Council of Village of Green Hills hereby approves the change in status for the Finance Director's position from hourly to salaried. Section 2, the annual rate of pay for the full-time position of Finance Director shall be $56,160 effective January 1, 2015. Section 3, that this resolution shall take effect and be enforced from and after the earliest period allowed by law. Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of Resolution 2014-43F.
I second.
Any questions or comments?
He's here, you want to
Yeah,
talk
no,
about it?
I don't think he needs to speak on this one.
Well, I disagree. I think he's got to come up here. Hey, why do you think you deserve this?
He is doing a fantastic
We
job.
did the same thing with the last employee that we had on the Kim. We did
Yeah.
the same thing. She was an hour, and then we put her on the salary. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
Shh, we're supposed to say that.
Okay. Let's call for the vote on Resolution 2014-43-F.
Roll call.
Aye.
Dries.
Aye.
Coulter.
Aye.
Hermes.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Walter.
Aye.
See? Isn't that cool?
Okay. Resolution 2014-43-F Passes. All right. We don't have anything else on our agenda, but do you have anything that you want to discuss this evening?
We have to make a motion to amend the agenda and to
Oh.
include a work session
Oh,
to
yeah.
discuss.
Do we want to do a
Whatever.
work session?
Do we want
I got two kind of little things, so I think
Okay.
to be procedurally correct, we
Let's do a motion to amend the agenda to include a work session.
I make a motion that we amend the agenda to include a work session.
I'll second that.
to? Is that what you're looking for me to do? You were looking at me like you're waiting for me to say something.
Yeah, well, I was going to go into a work session to see if anybody had anything.
Gotcha.
So now we need a vote on this. Been moved and seconded to amend the
Gotcha.
agenda to go to a work session. All those in favor, do we need a roll call on that or not?
I think.
All those in,
I don't think you can vote.
okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right.
Lights up. Party's over.
Okay.
What?
Do you have anything
Oh, do I have anything?
that you would like to mention in a work session? If not, we'll move to Maria, or we can come back to you if you...
Yeah, come back to me. I have to really ponder this.
Well, we have on the 29th of December, we have the streets and services at 9 o'clock, if that's still okay with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. On the 29th?
I believe that's the last Monday.
God, really?
Yeah, that's the last Monday.
I'm on vacation, man. No, I'll be there. It is last Monday.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
The manager and I and Matt are working on the property and casualty renewal. We don't have it yet, so we are still working on that. And then Light Up is moved to this Friday night. Correct me if I'm wrong. The only thing we lost was the horse-drawn carriages and the move of the date, but we picked up the glass blowers, so
Trade.
Pick your poison.
that'll be.
No, I think it's good.
Be good.
I was the rumor that Mr. Halter was going to pull the carriage around by himself.
That was.
Oh, I'd
that was-
pay to see that. You can
It'll be
They'll
very long ride.
It would benefit the village of Greenhills. Take a lot of money.
I tried for that like 18-person beer bicycle, but that was booked that night too.
Part of the cost savings, I'm sure. I think it was all of council that was chained together.
This,
Got the herd out there.
because of the date change, I know Jeff can't help with hot chocolate or Santa Claus or whatever. Is there anybody else that cannot make it Friday night?
I cannot.
Okay.
I had a previous engagement like that.
Okay. That's
I'm
fine.
going to try, I don't know.
You take care
I'm going
of
to try.
home first.
Okay,
But,
I'm, 1
Okay.
hour, I can probably try to
Okay.
do that.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll be there.
Okay.
From
And I'll be
6 to
there.
7.
Yeah.
I will be there, I think. It's my husband's birthday.
We'll bring him.
And the baby.
If he wants to sit on Santa's lap, I think I can get that arranged.
From 6 to 7, the chocolate then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there, Debbie from New Soul asked me to send her an email about the details, and all I know is the time. Is there any
6 to
other-
8, and they can be in the same exact spot that they were
Okay.
last time.
Okay.
And do they have any power requirements, or are they
I thought they
totally
ran off a generator, but I'll double check.
Okay. If there are any special requirements, just let me and Yvonne know.
Okay.
Do you have
Also
anything?
picking up roasted chestnuts.
Oh, yes, we are picking up roasted chestnuts this year, too.
Oh,
Chestnuts roasting.
I know,
But you know, the one thing I will mention, Kathy Fisher, if you remember, she
Yeah.
had 3 installments and she has now paid that all off.
All right.
Ahead of schedule.
And that's in the
Ooh.
non-voted debt fund?
Yep.
Yes, I
Should
believe
be.
so.
Should be in the non-voted
Okay.
debt fund.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, good, nice.
Okay.
Just in preparation for the retreat, I know that we have, certain funds that are being required in 2015 and 16, is that right? That we have to be dealing with. So we will be looking, I think it's a good idea to be thinking about what topics for the retreat and also where we can save money and go from there, so.
And maybe where we can make money.
You still have
And-
the
and-
list?
And actually,
Yes.
on the retreat, when it got to me, I was going to mention, send me questions, comments like that. either to me or to Yvonne. And myself and Yvonne and Glenn will work on coordinating the agenda and the retreat and
I sent
the
the list to
dates.
Mr. Dries.
Right, I got
You
their
got-
copy.
forwarded on.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
yeah,
And have we set a date that, no,
no,
okay,
probably sometime in February,
all right.
but we don't have it yet, so be thinking. Okay.
I send also the possibilities of the dates and all weekends, all Saturdays in January, and then in February I was not free on the second Saturday or the fourth Saturday.
Okay. All right, Melanie?
Um,
Anything?
I had a question on the light up. As the Historical Society, they were open in the past and they were going to be open, they will be open again? Okay, I didn't know if with the change of date. Great. And then you guys mentioned possibly not needing a meeting on the,
The last,
is that the
the
23rd?
23rd, I think. And so I wanted to poll people and see if,
Wishing and hoping. You want to poll
I'm
now?
Fine, I'm fine if we don't meet, but we might have to on the property and casualty. I hate saying that.
well, let's tentatively schedule it, and then if we have to, we will. If we don't have to,
Okay.
we'll postpone.
What do you mean property and
Postpone it.
casualty?
The
Insurance.
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 Also, you have to make a decision about that before the end of the year.
Well, we don't know. Possibly, we may have to. And
You don't know about that yet?
some insurance companies in the past required us to pass it before January 1st.
Okay.
And I guess there's, still the chance of having an emergency meeting on the 30th. Is that,
What's that for?
yeah. If we have to pass the insurance thing
Insurance.
in this year, calendar year,
We might have
and
to
they
do
don't, and if they
everything.
don't have it on the,
So we have to do
available
it
for
twice.
us on the 23rd, we
Yeah.
still have the 30th that we could
It's
have
not
a
Okay.
done.
meeting, since we have
Yeah.
the fifth Tuesday.
All right.
All right. Do you have anything?
Not really, I mean, other than, Maria was unavailable, yesterday. I just met briefly with the manager and Matt, to kind of go review what they were thinking about as far as updates for the employee manual. Those should be coming to us after the first of the year, as well as we'll provide a recommendation on the possible changes to the vicious dog ordinance. So those will be coming after the first of the year.
And I do have a question. Do you have any kind of an update on the project with the water main? Do they have a guesstimate when they'll get finished with the main?
They were supposed to be finishing it up next week. I don't know if that's going to hold true or not.
And it-
The road's a
We'll
mess.
have some decent weather here the next 3 or 4
Yeah,
days, for sure.
they do,
But-
so maybe they can.
By the way, Maria, we won't be meeting on the 29th since they need a little more, they need time to
Okay,
airbrush those.
okay. Well, I'll be
Change.
meeting with the street and services.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
before the end of the year, just to wrap it up.
we have nothing else? All right. We're adjourned.
All right. If we don't meet, Merry